This video is about Jonah, a 17-year-old competitive swimmer from Denver, Colorado. Jonah was like many other people I've met. He wanted to start an online business, but he didn't know how to code or have any experience doing it. So how did he go from knowing nothing about e-commerce to making more than $13,500 a month in revenue in his first year of business? Let's start the success story. Before that, I request to press the bell icon and subscribe to Knowledge Builder. The questions were asked by me and Jonah has answered them. Saad, how did you get your start in online marketing? Jonah, I've worked a few part-time jobs and never enjoyed working for other people. I like working on my own time, and I'm happy to put the effort I need into things, knowing there is a reason and reward for what I'm doing. I had tried affiliate marketing, and it didn't turn out the way I wanted. One day it hit me. Why don't I make my own store? Not to sell my stuff, but to sell a product I care about instead of working really hard to sell stuff on other people's store. My first e-commerce store, Watch Outfitters, was launched with Shopify on January 2, 2016. I had absolutely no experience selling things online and had to put in a lot of time to get started. Saad, how did you decide what you would sell? Jonah, since it was my first time selling something online, I wanted to choose a product line that I knew something about and that I had a personal interest in. There are a lot of jewelers in my family and I personally love watches, so I decided to launch my own store based on my hobby and knowledge of watches. Growing up, I saw how different retailers would charge crazy amounts of money for watches of a similar style and quality that were a quarter of the cost. I curated my selection for people who want a high-quality watch at an affordable price and decided to sell some popular brands, as well as design and test a few of my own custom products. Saad, how did you get your first sale? Jonah, things started off slow, and for the first few weeks I had mostly $0 in sales days, which was extremely demotivating. At one point I even called you, Brian, up and admitted that this wasn't working out for me. While we were talking, I had an aha moment, and this is when my store went from selling $0 a day to $300, $400 a day in product. The mind shift happened when I stopped focusing on selling things and started to ask, how can I add value to my customer? I began to focus on what my customer wanted and then provided specific copy and imagery that spoke to those wants. My ads changed, my store changed, and I realized that I am not a master of my customer, but instead I'm a servant who must learn from my customer's behavior. Saad, what's one of the best avenues you've found to grow your sales? Jonah, step 1. Set up Facebook's tracking pixel. If you're using Facebook ads, you have to set up this step to track which of your ads are working and which ones are not. Sign into Facebook and go to your ad account. Click on the Ads Manager tab and under Assets you can find your tracking pixel and copy the LON number. Once you've copied the pixel ID, log into Shopify and paste it into the Preferences tab within your online store settings. Step 2. Find great product photos and write enticing ad copy. Without great product photos, it can be hard to get users to click on your ads. I found that my most successful ads had high-quality images and some message that speaks to my customers' wants. At first I thought my ads should be telling users to buy a watch now, but these ads don't add value to my customer. When I first started with Facebook ad campaigns, I was nervous to invest my own money. With some guidance, I learned how to reduce my risk and maximize my profit with these steps. By creating 3 to 5 ad campaigns in Facebook, I'd experiment with targeting different groups of people by age, location, interests, and then experiment with which creative and offers worked best for each group. Each ad campaign was evaluated when it reached a specific amount of spend, in my case, $25, and later $75. The first campaign cost about $30, but made me $262 in revenue. The second campaign cost $75, but I only made $76 in revenue. Comparing these costs, I'd then remove any ads that did not convert into enough revenue after a week. Step 4. Rinse and repeat. Every week, I'd continue the process of removing my poor-performing ad campaigns and then duplicating the best campaigns to see if I could get higher conversions with new ad creative or copy. It's critical to constantly test new ads and make sure you are not spending more on your ads than the revenue you are receiving from them. Sought outside of Facebook ads, are there other ways you've grown your store? Jonah, a few other areas I've found to be impactful are email marketing and providing social validation for my store. I use the MailChimp pop-up subscription to ask visitors for their email address when they arrive to the site. By providing a special offer, like 10% off a purchase, I found my signups drastically improved. After I collected email addresses for a month, I'd send a watch of the week. Wow, email special. which now generates about $500 in sales with each email. I also really like the recent sales notifications app, which tells visitors when someone else has placed an order. These small pop-ups show something like, John Smith from New York City, New York just purchased this watch with a picture and link to the watch. This helps direct visitors to recommended and popular products on the site and speeds up the turnaround time on the shopping experience. Any advice you have to other first-time e-commerce entrepreneurs? Jonah, at the end of the day you have to put in the work and will get out whatever you put in. It took me 6 days to get my first sale. And once it hit, everything became real. All the energy I had put into the business was coming back to me. I said to myself, I'm finally making money online. Thank you for watching the video. Please like, comment, share and subscribe.